Oh, I assume this is Morale's base as it's already on fire. Holy moly, it's burning fast. Oh my god, I'm gonna die with DP gear on, bro. Holy shit, I almost got one shot by an archer and ranger. So, closed and mythic are not gonna allow. They are not fucking around, I guess. They really want to lock Morale out today, dude. Morale with no upgraded flame towers, no upgraded Hwacha, as they are currently being attacked by both Mythic and Closed. So Closed and Mythic, we're going to have a 1v1 today, but Morale decided to place on the node as well. Not quite sure why they decided to do that, but they're going to try to hold off 1 minute into the node war. Closed holding a very strong position on the north side. Mythic on the south side. Barricades going down inside Morale's base. Those recovs are falling as well. Tremendous amount of damage inside Morale's base right now. Recov centers all on their last legs being taken out one at a time. Barricade from Closed point of view taken down as well. Morale are choosing to push into Closed. Not too much success though. There is far more Closed members than Morale players pushing into the north side right now. Looks like Morale. No, it looks like Mythic are on the east side, west side as well, completely tearing apart the barricades. Morale's base looking very, very empty 2 minutes in. I'm not quite sure what happened. Some people said that they placed last minute on this node or something, knowing that there was a 1v1, and other people said they placed without knowing there's a 1v1. So it's all he said, she said. I honestly don't know. All I know right now is a 2v1. Oh, they placed yesterday? Okay. That it's a lot of misinformation going around right now. Well, right now, Conquer and Closed and Mythic are going to try to force. They're going to try and lock Morale out, it seems. It looks like they are going to try to lock Morale out. As they are trying to hold on, they only need 7 more minutes. Can they hold on for 7 more minutes? Mythic in full force on southwest side, Closed on northeast. As they are choosing to push in, the fort is being chonked a little bit right now. Flame Tower's barely alive, but there is a lot of morale here. Holding very, very strong. 7 minutes to go. Well, apparently there's more drama regarding the 2v2 than before. And screenshots are being sent out everywhere. So apparently there was a lot of racist comments and like threats and death threats or whatever, and suicide threats and shit like this. Unalive threats or whatever, and spamming and shit. So apparently there's more to it than initially thought. Closed pushing in onto the fort. Big Hwacha shots being sent on top of the fort right now. Morale trying to hold strong. Flame Tower down its last few legs though. Morale needs to hold on 6 minutes. 6 minutes they hold on and they will not be locked out. But the Flame Tower is going down. Closed will be finishing that Flame Tower off right now as well. Mythic pushing into their base. Looks like both guilds will be switching their attention to the fort very, very soon. As there is only Flame Tower, a recov left inside. Closed now no longer have a Flame Tower against them. They can push in as much as they want to. Right now, they don't care about that debuff anymore. That's a lot of players alive. Yeah, I heard the drama that happened. Unfortunately, Morale seems to be the victim of a 2v2 deal that went through, that failed or whatever. The node still holding. 5 minutes to go. They've held 5 minutes so far. They have lost their entire base, but if they can hold for 5 more minutes, they're pushing into Mythic on the southeast side right now. Mythic still holding a very strong position. That's a lot of morale players that did die, but respawns will be coming through soon to assist the ones that are still alive. Closed also pushing in from the northeast. Looks like both guilds will be blasting the node fort right now, as there is 4 minutes left. But they are still holding very strong, even it's a 2v1 situation right now. Still holding very strong. Still around 60% health left on the fort. The base being ripped apart right now, though. Completely open. A big respawn from Morale coming through right now as Mythic are going to push in. Morale are going to push into Mythic. They're going to counteract this push that Mythic did on them, and they are going to be killing a lot of Mythic players right now. But Mythic did commit a lot onto that fort, around 55% health on that fort right now. They have cannons on them as well. Hwacha still alive. Flame Tower on like 60-70% health. The fort getting close to 50%. 4 minutes left on the clock. Going to be 3 minutes on the clock soon. It does look like closed and not. Oh no, it looks like they were going for a regroup. I thought they were going to stop pushing, but it looks like they're going to go for a regroup and they're going to go onto the fort right now. As it's getting close to 50%. There we go. 50% tick on the fort right now is closed. Are burning this fort down. It looks like both guilds do want to actually lock out Morale for the entire week. But Morale don't want to get locked out as they are holding on as best as they can right now. Looking getting close to 40% health on Morale's node fort. As Mythic are pushing in once more right now. Large forces of Mythic coming in. They do have their Flame Tower support. They do have their Hwacha. That is a lot of people from both guilds though. And there aren't many Morale alive. A lot of them did get taken out. The fort is being blasted right now to below 30% life. 3 minutes left on the clock. As Morale's fort is falling, Close committing a lot of damage, less than 25% health on the fort right now. Close still committing to burning this fort down. Morale will have some respawns coming through soon. The respawns are going to choose to push into Closed. Now the question is, are Mythic going to push in now? 3 minutes left on the clock. Morale's fort falling lower and lower. 2 minutes left on the clock. Can Morale hold on? They've done a very solid job so far, even in a 2v1 scenario. They just need to keep people away from this fort. Like 120 seconds, 100 seconds to go. That's all they need. Mythic pushing in onto the fort right now. Closed on the north side as well. Big Mythic push coming onto the fort. I think they will, unfortunately for Morale, be locked out. KZT of Closed has destroyed Morale's command post. 8 minutes into Node War. Which means Morale will be locked out for rest of this week. That is a very unfortunate situation to be in. Looks like there may be some questions about what happened with this. But very, very unlucky for Morale there. The victim of Diplo, from what I understand. Now the 1v1 will begin between Closed and Mythic. Apparently this the reason that Closed and Mythic are here was because of a 2v2 Diplo deal that fell through or something. I'm not 100% sure regarding the black and white of it, but apparently it fell through, and then Closed and Mythic went for their 1v1 on the side. Well, I believe went to Miramok. Or like stayed on Miramok, I guess, if you guys already placed prior. And yeah, these guys decided to do a 1v1 instead. So you guys should get a free bag from what I understand today. The PvE Alliance probably took the other nodes as well, so... Well, there we go. Now the guilds will be just waiting. They'll give themselves a minute or two, make sure everything's upgraded, make sure they're all ready for their 1v1. I don't know where Mythic's base is. I just know where Closed base is right now. So we'll just have to wait and see of where Closed. I keep saying Conquer, but same difference, granted. But I do want to use their actual name, as the alliance is called Closed. So it's like they will be starting. Okay, looks like there will be an explosive engage. So the node wall will be starting right now. I'm going to try and follow the main ball because I don't know where Mythic's base is, but I assume it is to the southeast. Yeah, there's already a fight going on right now. I don't want to grief it too hard. But Mythic are already pushing into close. That was an explosive engage from Mythic there. I don't think close were ready for that engage. And Mythic just run over the entire main ball of close there. That was quick execution. Now close will have the opportunity to respawn and regroup in their base. Looks like Mythic are going to be coming back for a regroup as well. Looks like they're going to hold close, looking into getting engaged into Mythic. These fucking trees are going to be miserable for me. Close, very nice engagement. Close, they do have the elephant right behind them. But Mythic do spread out and then go for a re-engage onto their backline. So a lot of close damage does come from their range and archers. So if you're able to take the range and archers out, you can do a lot of damage to the rest of their players. But very nice push from close. Was able to take quite a few of the Mythic players out, forcing Mythic to disengage a little bit. The elephant is still around, and with the new elephant, we can see him spin and stomp. But Mythic do currently hold the high ground. We're going to see an engage from close right now, though. Looks like a few Mythic players might get caught placing traps there, as close are pushing straight deep into Mythic. I might have to move a little bit closer. My rendering is unfortunately out of range. But Mythic did meet that engage right now. A few of the Mythic players are pushing deep. And it looks like close did go a little bit too deep there, because the 1s and 2s that did jump to the back line were taken out by Mythic. And now Mythic are going to use this. And they're going to snowball this effect, and they're going to start moving closer and closer to close the base. This will close the opportunity to regroup faster. As you can see right now, they do have their respawns coming through, and they can reinforce each other right now and force Mythic off. Going to force Mythic all the way up the hill. As close will now try to snowball this into some pressure onto Mythic's base. Let's try and move a little bit closer. One day they'll give us the ability to spectate better, boys. Oh, I'm awakening right now. I just realized. That's a bit awkward. Mythic do meet that push from closed. They do have their Mystics, their Strikers on the front line. But the rest of Mythic will be moving back, as they do want to try to get a regroup going through. So Mystic's base should be over here. Yep, the Hwacha shot's coming from render distance. That should be where their base is right now. And right now we will just be bouncing back and forth, I think. Maybe if I stand in the middle, we should be Gucci. This is very grief. I apologize, but... Looks like close are going to go for another engage into Mythic. Zerka stomps into the back line. They do get quite a few CCs onto Mythic there. The range DPS following up that engage of close front line. But Mythic do have the Hwacha support from their base shooting over. Now Mr. Hayes is being sent through, which does debuff quite a lot of close players. Close now only have the Shies alive on the front line, as Mythic's main ball will move up and take those Shies out one at a time, because the rest of closed was forced to disengage or were killed in that engage on Mythic. So again, it's going to be a back and forth as we go over and over. Mythic now choosing to regroup. They will be moving back up the hill, as closed will be moving closer and closer. 1s and 2s from Mythic are being caught. They do need to be very careful, because they may get taken out. Never mind, this person is oh, it's a Shy. Alright, never mind. Mythic moving up. 1s and 2s from close are trying to get some picks on. The Awakening Megus trying to get that pre-engage down. But Mythic not losing many players to this. So we will see closed and Mythic right now. Looks like they're going to change the direction of the engage, as Mythic is holding the south side of the rocks. Let's see 1s and 2s from closed are pushing in. Strike 100% used in the backline there. Does not get much value from it, though, as a lot of Mythic players are still alive, and they're going to use this now to push into potentially close the base here. Let's move a little bit closer. They are moving closer and closer. Yeah, we are seeing all of Mythic right in front of me right now, with some members of close on the east side. You keep fighting in open field, it's so much easier to see than fucking trees everywhere. Close do have respawns, they are pushing in. They're trying to use that spawn protection, try and get a few kills down. Shites and Closed are in the back line. But very, very skirmish RBF-y style right now. And I think Mythic might be looking for a regroup right now, as a lot of them were moving back up the hillside. Closed respawns are coming in, so Closed now able to group together and try and get some pressure down onto Mythic. A few Mythic 1s and 2s need to be careful. They don't want to get caught off right now. We're going to see it again. Closed going for an explosive engage right into Mythic. Mythic disengaging back into the traps. Very, very big commitment from Closed there. Mythic now re-engaging onto the 1s and 2s that did push. We are seeing a lot of the Mythic jump straight to the backline. A few Sorks, Suck Dracania. Jumping straight to the backline of Closed, and I think Closed backline just forced to disengage instantly. Every single time, unfortunately. And it results in their front line just being munched up. But here we go, Closed do have a very solid comp right now. They have their Rangers, their Archers, their Megus, everything ready to fight. That they will now be moving up with their main ball. Got some very nice catches there from Closed. They're able to get a few picks on the Mythic 1s and 2s. Get a few Zerkas from Mythic down, a few Gauntlets from Mythic down. Closed will now be moving up. Mythic are going to meet this. They don't want Closed close to their base. A lot of Closed players did just get massive Mystic Vacuum there with the Zerka stuns to support it straight afterwards. And then a lot of Mythic players following the engage up. And I think this might be another push victory for Mythic, as Closed are forced backwards because those Sorks are being miserable towards the Archers and the Rangers of Closed right now. Looks like Closed front line does move back a little bit, helping out their back line. They need those Rangers and Archers alive. They want to kill these players that are way, way, way too tanky. Closed moving together as a group right now. They're taking some ground from Mythic. They're still moving up the hill. Now they're going to fully commit to the hill right now, or they're going to look into getting a disengage. Looks like they are moving outside of Render. Mythic are there on the edge. They do have their Hwacha shot to support them as well. A lot of CCs do come through and Closed there, though, as a lot of Closed members are being forced to disengage down the hill once again. Mythic are moving up. Closed need to be careful right now. They did lose quite a lot of their front line. Their back line will be very vulnerable without that front line protection, as their Rangers and their Archers are moving back. Closed have the respawns coming through in the next few seconds. Their front line will be alive again, and they can move up to go for another push together. There we go. We're seeing Closed group together again. They're going to go for another push into Mythic. Mythic are here ready, but they will be disengaging back again into their traps. We're going to see a full commitment from Closed. They are grouped together right now. They could go for another push together. I need to move a little bit closer because, haha, render distance. Hopefully this is far enough. Looks like Closed did get some picks onto Mythic. But Mythic will be going for a push very, very soon. We do see them on top of the hillside up here. Oh, it looks like Mythic will be playing on their cannons. So it's like Mythic's main ball will be playing around the cannons right now, as the cannons will be applying a ton of pressure to the defensive structures of Closed. So Closed do need to try to get those cannons down using their main ball if possible, if their anti-cannon cannot deal with it. It's like Mythic are going to be playing around them, though, as the Mythic main ball is just chilling around the cannons. We are seeing Bubble step forward. Does get taken out by the... He gets two-shot by a Ranger. Holy shit. Closed will be moving up right now, though, as they did get the shot caller down. But Mythic does have a nice engage into the backline of Closed right now. But Closed also moved some members up towards the cannon. Were they able to dismount the cannon? We are seeing a dismount of the cannon right now by AK Draco. It did get the dismount, which is very, very good. Alleviates a little bit of pressure from Closed base right now. With Legion hand in hand, they will take care of this cannon. Very nice job from Closed Gauntlets there. Taking care of it as best as they can. Closed now moving with its main ball, as it can now apply some pressure with the main ball onto Mythic. They're taking some ground back. Mythic are on top of the higher ground, though, so Closed do need to be careful right now. We are seeing 1s and 2s from Mythic jump into the backline. A lot of those Sorks, Dracanias, Mystics, making it hell for the ranged DPS of Closed to deal damage to that front line. Mythic seems to be going for more of like an RBS style right now, which is causing Closed range to die very, very quickly in these fights, which means that the front line of Closed is forced to disengage afterwards. Whilst pressure places this for a week was also relieved, I'm yeah, I mean, it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that morale was on this node. Like I said, as far as I understand, it's because the 2v2 deal fell through. Mythic grouping on the high ground right now with a full main ball. They don't have a cannon to defend at the moment, so they will just be going for a main ball fight against Closed. We are seeing Awakening Megas try to jump in, try and get 1s and 2 picks on the back of Mythic from Closed there. The front line of Closed did get CC. Big Zerka Stomps used. The follow-up of the Sorks on the back line. There's a lot of CCs on Mythic, but Mythic are going to commit into Closed back line as best as possible. And we are going to see, I believe, another win for Mythic, which is very, very bad for Closed right now. It seems like Closed aren't able to push and kill the damage dealers of Mythic. They seem to be having a few problems with the engage. Either Mythic just disengaging up the hill is causing a lot of problems for them, or they are not able to push past that tanky front line and get to those damage dealers on the back line. Right now, Mythic are disengaging once again. Looks like they're going to play around their cannons once more as their entire main ball is here. Time is money on the cannon. Blasting the enemy base. Closed have to move up. They have to take care of these cannons. Cannonballs right now until the nerf comes in from Global Lab on Thursday do a tremendous amount of damage. Closed again, pushing up through the choke. And Mythic going for the RBS style with the main ball following it right behind. But Closed are just losing way too many people on these engages right now. I think they're in a situation where too many people might be committing a little too deep for the cannons because of the cannon pressure. And it's just resulting in the Closed main ball just being pulled apart from all sides right now. This is exactly what Mythic want. They want this RBS skirmish to go on right now, especially with the cannon pressure they have. The cannon still alive. They have the elephant here to support it as well. Professor on the elephant, stomping, making sure that no one can interrupt. Time is money on the cannon. Mythic's main ball right in front with the Hwacha support behind them as well. So right now, cannon, elephant, Hwacha protecting the main ball of Mythic. Closed base is on a ticking timer. Once their flame towers go down, their Hwachas go down, their structures will fall straight afterwards. They have to try to get these cannons down. They do have the Hwacha shooting from their base as well, so they do have loads of support from that. Closed moving up. They got a push for the cannon. They're going for a full push on the cannon right now. Are they able to get the cannon down? They do have the elephant here as well. All of Mythic around. Mr. Hayes used from those shies for any DP player that steps forward. They will be very, very squishy. Closed are trying. They are trying to get this cannon down as best as possible can. But there's 3 or 4 shies that is causing massive problems. They are able to dismount the cannon, which is very, very good for them. They were able to discount the cannon. There are still a few more Closed players alive. But again, they are very, very spread right now. It seems like they might be having maybe a few communication problems because they seem to be everywhere. But Mythic are not giving them chance to regroup, as Mythic's main ball will be moving down the hill into Closed. As Closed, we're trying to get a little bit of a regroup going together. Mythic says no regroup for you guys, as they do take a few kills. And now we will see Mythic more than likely disengage back up towards where the cannon is. Unless they want to try to turn this into a little bit more pressure onto the base, which is what we might be seeing right now. Let's go take a look at the cannon situation. Looks like cannons did get dismounted once again. But there is some very, very strong players defending the cannon. KDR right now trying his best on Sork. Does dismount the cannon once, but does get grabbed by the Zerka. Comes out of V. Maybe he can dismount it again or keep it under pressure. Sorcerer's point of view. Grizz there as well. So Closed do have a few players that are just trying to keep this cannon from shooting their base as best as they can. Let's move down. Let's go take a look at the main ball right now. Looks like Mythic did push forward. As we are seeing a few Mythic players fight the closed players right now. Yura there does get a nice few CCs, but unfortunately does get blasted by that range damage. Oops. Does get blasted by the range damage straight afterwards. Closed will have a regroup now, though. They will be able to push forward, as we are seeing at the moment, as they're going to push up the hill. Now they have to try and to use this pressure. They did get a few picks. They were able to kill a few of the Mythic players. Can they now make this pressure on this cannon? They need to take this cannon out. There is now 2 cannons down. They really have to take care of these. These cannonballs will be blowing up their flame towers in their base over and over. But it looks like Closed are forced to disengage down once more as Mythic members that did die have respawned and are on the way back. Mythic taking control of the situation again. Again, this is looking very bad for Closed right now with those 2 cannons on them. They cannot get to them right now. Way too many Mythic are in the way, and then when they do get to the cannons, they are just being CC'd, grabbed. And they cannot quite clean the cannons up. But with 2 cannons on them, the timer got very, very low on their structures right now. Mythic going for a push. I see quite a few close players that are stepping forward. It looks like they will be pushing down. Right, I need to change my music. I need to change my bloody music. Let's see. You want the music? Okay, fine. I won't pay any attention to the music, dude. Closed moving up once again as they do want to get these cannons again. Oh, we are seeing dismounts of the cannons though. We're seeing BSR skills more than likely being used to dismount the cannons, but both cannons still alive. I don't know how tanky cannons are, but Legion doing what he can at the moment. Does get taken out though, unfortunately, by that range DPS. Mythic's main ball moving over to Closed base. Looks like they will try to apply some pressure to Closed base. Let's move a little bit closer right now, and we'll see how the base situation is looking. Okay, we have to V this. Oh my lord, I almost got 2-shot, dude. Let's go take a look. I have to switch to Succession. I hate playing Awakening. Considering the amount of cannon pressure that's been on the base right now, the Flame Tower is only down 40% health and the second one around 10%. So it could be that they're aiming for the Hwacha as well with the range of the cannons. Let's go move a little bit closer if I can. We'll take a full look how it's looking right now. Of course, I'm just out of the range of the... Oh no, Hwacha, there we go. The Hwacha looks like it is their focus point right now. We are seeing Edmar inside the base. Trying to get a little bit more damage down on those structures as more of Mythic are arriving. Flame Tower getting close to 50% life. Hwacha close to 50% as well. And all of Mythic, or Mythic's front ball right now, does seem to be inside Closed base. A lot of their structures are losing quite a little bit of health right now, but Closed will have the respawns. They can clear those Mythic players up. But with this cannon pressure on, we are 29 minutes in. I believe it's been fighting for around 20 odd minutes right now. And the Hwacha being half HP is pretty rough, especially if that Hwacha goes down. It'll be a very bad situation for Closed. But Closed are able to defend this right now. They are able to push off the Mythic players that are still alive and around. Very nice job there. Yeah, it looks like they are killing all the members close by. It looks like there was a cannon here as well. It looks like Closed are using the cannons just outside their base. Yeah. So Closed did have some cannons here. It looks like they might have been cannoning Mythic's base. I need to respec. Let's see if I can respec here without being killed. Surely. Okay, I can. Nice. Okay, Mythic are moving forward once again. We will take a look at Mythic's base in a second because with cannons on them, if the cannons have actually been blasting them the entire time, this could mean that Mythic's base is also very, very low on structures as well. But both Flame Towers 50%, Hwacha 50% as well. So all defensive structures are at the halfway for Closed. Close will be fighting Mythic at the choke once more. They do have the reinforcements from spawn coming through. All that range DPS. And those iframes coming through right now. It's like the Awakening Megus and the Sut Dracanias are trying to get as many kills as possible on closed backline. Let's take a look at Mythic base right now. While nothing major is happening, we can take a look. Should just be up the hill up here, I believe. When we take a look at Mythic's base, it looks like there is quite a few close players here that were causing a little bit of damage to it. Yeah, it looks like Mythic's Flame Tower is almost, it's like close to 10% health right now. So Mythic's buildings are actually lower defensive structure-wise. Why are you watching my guild? Why are you not in the Node War? 10% health on the Flame Tower. Huacha looks like it has been rebuilt. Looks like the Huacha and the Flame Tower were... Well, the Huacha was taken down. Now they're going to try to get the big Huacha up once more. So it's like close pressure was more on Mythic's base. They were able to take a structure down. Professor with the elephant there as well, protecting the upgrade. We are going to see 1s and 2s from Mythic throw their throw their life down as they do try to get some more damage down. Mythic forced to bring some players back to make sure that they can try to get this big Huacha upgraded. This Flame Tower going down as well could spell very, very bad things for Mythic. The Flame Tower goes down and the Huacha upgrade doesn't able to go through. The cannons will be able to do a tremendous amount of damage. We are seeing quite a few Mythic that will just take care of the 1s and 2s. Cannons are still on them. The Flame Tower will... maybe that was the Elephant Stomp, actually, not the cannon. Nope, cannons are on them. We saw a chunk of the Flame Tower's health just disappear. Cannons are still on Mythic. The Flame Tower will be falling down very, very soon. Next cannonball that goes through, a little bit of poke damage from some of the gauntlets. And the Flame Tower will die. And then Mythic's base will be open. This could be the turning point for the Node War right now. As they will need to try to get the rebuild up. And they have to take care of those cannons. Looks like, okay, another cannon shot hasn't gone through yet. Looks like they might have taken care of the cannons before the Flame Tower officially dies. Flame Tower holding on for dear life, dude. On 1% life. Let's go take a look at the main ball fights again. And we'll see how it works out. I'd be careful, I check my UI 1 sec. There we go. Okay, closed are at their base again. Yeah, closed Flame Towers are still around the same HP. So closed are winning the base battle with the cannons. But they are forced to keep their entire main ball around their base right now because Mythic will be applying pressure with their main ball. So Mythic are winning the main ball fights right now, but they are losing the cannon fight. We are going to see closed move up once again. They are going for a regroup. Shybus going through, making sure everyone is nice and stacked. So when they do go for that fight with Mythic, which is inevitably going to happen right now as they are moving up, preparing to go for the fight. We are seeing the Sox looking to pre-engage into Mythic's main ball right now. Let me move a little bit closer so we can actually see that. I'm not quite sure what the Shy's bongoing their backload for, but maybe trying to get someone caught. Mythic moving forward right now. As Closed did push into the group, but weren't able to really dent Mythic's main ball, and they are forced to disengage once again. They're going to try and get a few picks here and there, but Mythic do have the main ball regroup. Still a few closed members that are still around. Close could look into reinforcing the ones that are still here right now. And not letting the guys die. Yeah, we are seeing around 10 plus closed members. Even more moving over. As their main ball will be moving up and they will be meeting Mythic in the trees. How will Mythic respond to this? Do they still have their cannon? Oh, I can't see, it's out of render range, sadly. But Closed are moving up into the trees to take the fight with Mythic. That's like the 4th or 5th Guardian I've seen, I swear. Maybe it's just the same one that I've seen. Mythic responding by sending their main ball down to fight against Closed, so they don't want to get close to those cannons. But Closed are losing quite a few people on these engages. It's a very bad engage for Closed. Mythic do rip apart their front line again, forcing Closed to disengage once more. It's Kappa Ace, the one and only Zerka player, who I believe is a shot caller, and Bubble Mint, the shot caller for Mythic. Bubble Mint does get taken down, unfortunately, but Mythic right behind their shot caller as they are pushing close to Closed's base. Shot caller down, but main raid still ready to go. But they do move a little bit forward, but Closed respawns will be coming through soon. How's Closed base? The big Hwacha in Closed base is being cannoned right now. Looks like they're cannoning both the Flame Tower and the Hwacha. This is a pretty bad situation to be Closed right now. They were able to win the cannon fight initially, but because their main ball cannot push towards Mythic's base, this means that Mythic has a full pressure on their base. Closed being forced to be defensive this entire node war, unfortunately. So they can't transition that advantage into a potential base push. 1 or 2 more shots and the Hwacha will die. And never mind, so they might even take it out with just raw manpower right now, as it is on like a 1% life. Bubble Mint, the hero, can he take down the Hwacha? Looks like it is taken out. No Hwacha for Closed. They do want to try and get that replaced ASAP. As Mythic are now moving into their base over and over, just poking down each structure. The next flame tower around 20%. Both flame towers around 20%. Hwacha is being replaced right now. They do want to try to protect it as best as possible. Whistling their horses, standing near it. We are seeing a hero is trying to take it out. I think they just got Zerka grabbed instantly. But Mythic definitely have to go for this rebuild. We are seeing all of close by though. They do not want to they don't want to let this Hwacha go down. They need to get it up. So they will be playing a little bit more defensive, more than likely right now, until the Hwacha goes up. Main ball ready to meet Mythic. Can the Hwacha go with this amount of people around? We are seeing a big Mythic push right now from the southeast side. A lot of their members are coming to the tracks being popped instantly. Some of their Shires are going straight past. Looks like a lot of the Mythic players are circling around to the northeast side right now, as they might just try to jump onto the Hwacha. The Hwacha is very close to going up, though. If they want to get this down, they have to move quick. Close doing a very good job at keeping Mythic's main ball away right now, as they are taking the fight on the east side. But again, they are pushing in, and because they're snaking a little bit right now, it does allow Closed the advantage of just taking out that middle and the back end, which is exactly what's happening right now. The Hwacha is very close to going up. Looks like they cannot stop it now. Too little, too late, as the Hwacha does go up. Golden Peking going to jump into the Hwacha. Make sure he does get a CC down. Mythic are just chilling around right now. Looks like they were too late to get the rebuild, sadly, for them. But the flame towers are both very low. Additional structures inside have also lost around 20%, 30%. Some structures close to 40% life lost. Now Close want to try to protect the people upgrading this. Once the upgrade comes through, they have reset the progress that those cannons made So just like inside Mythic Space, and when we saw Dory going for the upgrade on the Hwacha there, because the Hwacha was taken down. Close moving a little bit forward right now, so the main ball cannot get close. Resetting the pressure on both sides. 19 minutes left on the clock. As I say, both guilds are respecting each other heavily right now because they know that as soon as the structures go down, the other guild could burn their base and it flips the entire node war. Let's say the upgrade does go through. As the big Hwacha is back up and ready for closed. So Closed do have the problem of their flame towers being low right now, but we are seeing a fight between Mythic's main ball and Closed main ball. Closed choosing to play defensive right now, as they don't want to give any more pressure to Mythic. And this defensive play is working out well for them because they do have the support instantly from anyone that's been killed and respawns coming through. Mythic forced to disengage back. As they are getting 1s and 2 picks. But Closed need to be careful though. If they push too deep, they might just die. Because Mythic's main ball is right behind those 1s and 2 frontliners. Looks like a few picks do go through. Closed are losing quite a few people, especially their front line on these engages. That range DPS from Mythic still alive and kicking. Able to throw some damage, and now they're going to transition this across to a little bit more poke down onto the structures inside their base. So Mythic right now trying to pressure Closed for being defensive by choking down their buildings. It looks like Closed did rip up a flame tower because the flame tower was low. So it's like they don't want to allow both flame towers of theirs to die at the same time. It's like it might have been Mythic's strategy to make both flame towers die at the same time and then switch all the pressure up. So they did rip a flame tower and they're in the process of rebuilding it right now. 60% on the flame tower. They did a very good job at defending the Hwacha. Can they defend the flame tower as well? Looks like a lot of players are around. Like, never mind. Holy shit, that cannonball does so much damage to rebuilds. It looks like the rebuild is just being taken down by cannon alone. Now they did rip up their own flame. I mean, it might have, in all fairness, it might have been cannon. I might have missed it. But either way, the flame tower is missing, and a rebuild going to be placed once more. But I think with this cannon pressure on the flame tower, I don't think you can even rebuild a flame tower right now until the cannonball nerf comes in. If they have a cannon shooting your rebuild, we will have to wait and see. Next flame tower rebuild going in right now. But again, Closed have to be respecting the Mythic main ball right now. Especially with one flame tower down and one very low as well. They did it before the buff as well, where you could one-shot a rebuild on like 80%, 90% progression. Kind of crazy. A few 1s and 2s from Mythic are jumping into the base. So we are seeing a lot of poke damage come down right now. The flame tower does have 1s and 2s trying to hit it right now from Mythic, but the Mythic players do get instantly killed by those Closed members. And the flame tower looking around 60% life right now. Very good single targeting people out from Closed. They're able to get grabs through, CCs through, and just blast the people before they can do anything inside their base. Flame tower very close to being done right now. Can Closed hold this? We are seeing JGO on Guardian trying to get the damage out through, but because of his animations, Zerka grab goes straight through and results in him dying. Flame tower on 95%. It will be going up in the next few seconds. Very good job from Closed there, defending the flame tower, able to get the rebuild back up. Now can they get the upgrade through? So the next flame tower focus will be the one on the east. Closed again, forced to play around their base. Looks like Mythic are moving a few people up. So he's going to go for a regroup together. A very good job from defending right now. Able to get 2 structures up in the middle of all the fights. As well as a rebuild. Sorry, a upgrade. Now they see that the last flame tower, that is low, does have the elephant, does have the Hwacha shooting it as well. It looks like Mythic might be going for a push from the south this time, instead of from the east, trying to catch them off guard, but Closed are moving around quickly. It looks like it does get scouted early. We are seeing the pre-engage from the swords going in right now as well onto that back line. Edmar leading the way, trying to take care of this range damage from Closed. They have so many archers, so many rangers. Tremendous amount of range damage as soon as you step up. Looks like Mythic are once again pushing from the south side. So they're pushing the force into two ways. It looks like there's a group going from the east side and a group going from the south side. If they split their forces like this, they might not be very successful. Yep, there we go. The enhanced flame tower is done as well. Looks like Closed was able to get the flame tower back up. And the flame tower that just been placed again has already lost like 10% life. Ah, cannonballs, dude, cannonballs. But the elephant is stomping on the east side. The flame tower does get taken down. I think that was taken down by the players as they are instantly placing afterwards. But it does get shot. It's like Travan was able to instantly kill that rebuild. So Dracania jumping in. The Brimbolt did take out the rebuild instantly. But he does have to be careful because the elephant stomping there. The Watcher shots will be coming through soon. But a lot of closed buildings are going to 50%, 40% life. 13 minutes left on the clock. Looks like Travan is inside with Sanity right now. Does get CC'd. Sanity able to help his friend out. Was able to CC the Zerker instantly. As both of them looks like they did both disengage from that base. As they did a little bit of chip damage. And was able to deny this flame tower build again. Again, the flame tower rebuild not gone through yet. As they are being cannoned right now, I believe. Yeah, we are seeing CCs go through. Looks like Mythic's main ball is here as well now. Closed are here on the west side. Mythic's main ball on the south side. Holding the high ground. Looks like a lot of skirmishing going through, a lot of range. The Rangers just absolutely annihilating people one at a time. They see a target, they aim, they shoot, target dies. Watch support in the backline as well. Looks like the Strikers and Mystics, with the support of the Dracanias and the Sorks, are jumping into closed backline from Mythic. Looks like they do get quite a lot of kills right now on that backline of closed. They do have to be careful because this Flame Tower rebuild is the focus right now as well. They are moving into the east. But they do have the Watcher shooting and the Elephant. But the Flame Tower rebuild does go down. Right now, every single push that's happening right now is chopping down these Recovs too. Recov Center, very low. Elephant Nursery, very low. Additional Recovs around 50% life. We still have a few people outside their base right now. But cannons are on them once more. The big Hwatch that did get rebuilt is already down 40% life. And now the east side of closed base is open. No flame tower, no defense on the east side. Mythic going for a regroup once again. They might go for another push very, very soon. But closed still very strong holding. They've got their own regroup going as well right now. Who's winning? In terms of base pressure, Mythic's winning right now. But cannon pressure, I believe, was in closed favor to start with. But I think it's been changed up a little bit right now as closed are forced into full defense. And Mythic are now pushing into them over and over. So closed have been defense for the last like 10 minutes or so. Bro, okay, listen. Conquer to me is conquer, okay? It's very hard to remember that it's closed, even though it's literally in front of my face. Yeah, I know it's basically... But they're going to try and get the rebuild up again. They've tried this like the 4th or 5th time right now. They are placing the horses on top as well, trying to spread that max 10 targets across to the horses and the people close by. The main ball of Mythic is on the edge of their base right now. I'm seeing a few people jump in, but they do get assassinated instantly. Flame Tower, 50% life. Sorry, 50% progression. Can they get the second Flame Tower rebuild up? It's like 1s and 2s from Mythic are going to try to get it. More and more Mythic committing to it right now. 70% Elephant does go down. That's very, very good for Mythic, as they won't get CC'd by the Stomp anymore. But that Flame Tower is very close to finishing. They have around like 15 seconds, 20 seconds maybe max to try to get this down. There are a few close by. The Flame Tower is falling very, very low. That's a lot of damage going on to it right now. It's 90%. Can Mythic get the Flame Tower? It's a few percent away from dying. And it... Oh, heartbreaking, dude. Oh, heartbreaking. Yusuf, I believe, was the one that blasted it with the range DPS on top as well from like Cheng and Delusion. And the Flame Tower gets denied on like 98, 99% progression. Very, very, very bad for Close right now, as they did lose the recov because of that cleave damage onto their structures. The second recov already down to 15 to 20% life. Elephant Nursery down to like 10% as well. Very, very rough situation right now. If this works, sorry, if the pressure keeps up, Closed might get taken out. There is 9 minutes on the clock, though. All of Mythic fully committing into Closed right now with the assistance of the Elephant. Professor now leading the Elephant, trying to take those barricades down to open up Closed base more. That's a lot of pressure down on those barricades. Closed do have a nice engage onto the backline, though. They have a lot of strikers and gauntlets trying to get rid of those DPS of Mythic, so their main ball cannot kill them. They do have the respawns. Close should be able to hold this. With the respawns coming through from the base, they should be able to push off the Mythic players. Barricades do fall down to around 30% life, as the Elephant is forced to disengage. Elephant Nursery down 10%. What's that? We are seeing a few individuals from Mythic, like Edmar, trying to get a little bit of extra chip damage down onto this structure. He does get the CC down. He gets 1 kill. Can we watch Edmar, the hero, is trying. He does get CC, but no follow-up CC. He lives. He's trying. He's trying to get those kills. The rebuild gets denied once more, as this Elephant Nursery is on its last legs. You have to be super careful if you're closed right now. 1 or 2 bad engages, and you could be out of this node war. There is only 7 minutes left, though. Mythic will have to move very fast. Looks like they've repositioned their Flame Tower. They understand they cannot get the retail. Never mind. Cannonball just took it out. Goodbye, rebuild. Goodbye, rebuild. Now we are seeing Mythic step forward right now. They know that they're in the winning seat right now if they're able to capitalize on this and get Closed out. But Closed doing a very, very good job. They were forced into defense, but they are holding very, very strong. Looks like Closed Kappa Ace jumping. You want to be careful there, my good friend. Jumping into all of Mythic solo might not be a good idea. You may just instantly explode. Looks like we're going to see a Sage pre-engage there. You have to be very careful. But Sage jumping in, blasting, and disengaging straight away. The rebuilds are coming through. Closed do need to get these rebuilds. This is very important rebuilds. Recov Center, Flame Tower. Mythic's main ball is looking into circling around. Again, they are snaking a little bit. They do need to be careful. But they are throwing that damage down. 1s and 2s from Closed are jumping in. We are seeing Zio right there jumping into all of Mythic. He does need to be careful, though, because he will just get annihilated in a heartbeat. But all of Closed are going to use this and engage as they are pushing Mythic away. They want to keep Mythic away from their base. They need these rebuilds to go. They need this recovery center. They need this Flame Tower. But Mythic will have to commit onto them if they want to try and get them. The Elephant gets taken down by raw damage, as Mythic will now be pushing in onto the rebuilds. Can they get the rebuild? Will it be another 99% deny? Looks like the Flame Tower will be going up. Mythic might not be committing to this right now. Looks like they're committing to a few kills on the east side instead. Yep, and they're a little too late, as they are not able to kill the rebuild Flame Tower. Big Hoachi shots do protect it a little bit right now, as the Flame Tower does go up. Already lost around 15% life, but it is alive and ready to defend their base. 5 minutes left on the clock. Very, very nice hold from Closed, but very good pressure from Mythic. Now the tempo of the node war has slowed down a little bit. They do want to get this upgrade on this Flame Tower. If you get the upgrade on the Flame Tower, this is pretty much going to be a liberated node. Guaranteed. But we can see maybe one of the guilds slip up. Maybe a CTG play is coming soon. We will have to wait and see. Close the Mythic going for a fight again outside closed base once more. But close playing very defensive, but it allows them to play together. They do have those respawns coming from their base as well that can reinforce on every single push. So if they do lose a few people, those people will be back alive very, very soon to help, especially with spawn protection as well. Mythic moving forward. Very scattered right now. Very scattered gameplay. Looks like their main ball is moving around the rocks. Looks like they might be pushing from a different direction this time, south, potentially, as they are moving forward towards the base. Wooden fence is on 40% right now. We are seeing a few Mythic close by, but looks like they might be slightly on the west side outside of render distance at the moment. The Recov rebuild on the north side will be going up as well. That should be all the Recovs back up, I believe, for closed. The Hwacha is very low as well. Cannon Knob's being rebuilt too. Flame Tower did get upgraded back to full HP. The Hwacha will be going down, so it looks like Mythic are pushing from the west side this time. They can try and mix up a little bit. But closed are ready in their base. Full numbers inside. Hwacha being shot onto the Flame Tower. 3 minutes left on the clock. It looks like this might be GG very, very soon. We are seeing Happy and Dmuk pushing. Or DMNK, sorry, my apologies. They were able to kill the rebuild there. But cannons on them as well. The Hwacha is dying on the north side. But it will be coming close to 2 minutes on the clock. And I think Closed did a very good job. Yep, GG's in chat. And I think they are calling it. I think that is the GG, and that is the end. Wait, are they giving the node to Conquer? Closed? Because all their members just started running over to Mythic's base. Let's see. Or maybe it's just going back to Hydael. Oh, it looks like they are giving them the node. Yep. Looks like Mythic will be giving Close the node right now. And there we go. The 1v1 is over. Very, very nice 1v1. Very well played from both guilds. There was a lot of pressure initially. Closed was pressuring Mythic's base a lot. Cut down their Hwacha, their Flame Tower. But Mythic with the main ball advantage, able to keep Closed locked in their base. But very, very nice defense. Very GG's, well played to both guilds, dude. This is why I can't rank up in my league games. True. Real, dude, real. But there we go. Very nice 1v1. It's very unfortunate that this 1v1 resulted in morale being locked out for the week. If you're in morale, it must suck. My hat goes off to you. But sadly, Diplo happens, and people are thinking. Well, it's still always unfortunate, right? Like, I'm still gonna be, you know, neutral towards it all. So it's one of those things. One of those things happens. But yeah, there is the Node War Spectate today, boys. You guys enjoyed that. We'll be back tomorrow for the next Node War. Who won? It was a stalemate, and then I believe Mythic gave the node to Conquer at the end. It was no winner. It was a draw, basically. But guys, I'm going to end the stream there today. So thank you for joining me. It's very nice to have you guys here. Thank you to all the new follows, the subs, the resubs, and the large sub bomb early. It was very, very crazy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are wonderful. Like I said, we're spectating Node Wars on a regular basis. And then the ones that, if you don't catch the stream, I'll be loading them to YouTube as well, just to keep them as VODs for future. But yeah, we're back tomorrow. This Thursday, the cannon nerf's gonna come through, right? And we have a few weeks until the Heidel Ball, so we'll have to wait and see what happens on Siege this week as well. But no, thank you very much. You guys played very good today. It was a nice Node War to watch. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, peace. Enjoy your evening.